All right, what's 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 up, everybody? Welcome back to Semi Pro.
I'm the controller of Planet X, and I've invited you here to discuss something that's very important.
Did you
King
now?
Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim that he not no snake like me neither, bruh.
Is that who is that? Is that a what bar? Who bar?
It's MF Doom, but under the alias King Ghidorah. Because he rapped under a bunch of different aliases.
Right. So he did that one. And he got Planet X right, so King Ghidorah has seen this movie. Yes, and by that I mean
King Ghidorah
MF
from
Doom.
King Ghidorah has seen this. The fictional monster King Ghidorah has seen this film about.
So we're kicking off Godzilla.
Yo, what if it was called? Hold up, real quick. What if it was called Planet Sex and they were all just like naked?
Could be. I'm gonna resize you live on video, Daniel.
Cool. You do that.
But that's fun. No, this is a fun one.
I gotta brush my tongue. This shit's looking white.
I'm really excited for Godzilla Sweep. We didn't plan an intro. We probably should have. This is gonna be boring. We're gonna lose most of you.
Shut up. They're bitches. Anyone who stops watching is a bitch, and like their mom probably hates them and is disappointed in them. So fuck them. Like
this movie, we're kicking off Godzilla Sweep, and so to do
real strong. We punting it off. We're not even kicking it off. This is a punt.
I'm a vague Godzilla fan, meaning I watch the 5-hour Godzilla marathon live streams on YouTube.
I'm like a bare minimum. I wouldn't even call myself a Godzilla. I've seen the legendary MonsterVerse ones, all of them, pretty recently,
and they're fun.
Super fun. Big fan of those. And I think at some point 10 years ago, probably, I watched the classic 50s one, black and white. But that's it. That's it for me. And like clips on YouTube, maybe.
So I'm
the commercial of him
where he dunks a basketball.
Yeah.
So I'm a Godzilla fan. I've seen a lot of the movies. So I know the eras, right? So there's different eras. This is the Heisei era, I think. No, this is the Showa era.
The Showa era, yeah.
Heisei era is next. Like, I know there's different eras. And so what I did to find what movie we were going to watch tonight was I Googled Showa era Godzilla best. And I found the Godzilla subreddit. And I went and I found this movie, and I was like, and we'll get into what it said in just a second. This is just the intro, not the entree.
Right.
So we watched it, and it's awesome, and we're going to talk about it for the rest of this discussion.
Definitely watch it.
This is Godzilla versus Monster Zero, and that's what we're watching today.
Also called Godzilla versus Astro-Monster?
Something like that, dude.
Something
I don't know.
To that extent.
But anyway.
But Monster Zero is King Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim he not no snake like me neither, bruh.
And that's what we're watching on today's episode of Semi Pro.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man, I fucking love PBR. Episode made possible by PBR and Tubi.
I will say this episode made possible by Tubi because we watched this movie on Tubi. That's really the only reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, all of our episodes are made possible by Tubi, because without Tubi, we would have no motivation to continue living. So
they sponsored.
Shout out Tubi.
The podcast.
They didn't, but one day they will.
We're gonna keep saying that until they sponsor us.
Yeah, my bet is this: at the same time, once we get a Tubi sponsorship, we'll be able to start a Patreon and do commentary tracks.
And before we jump into the discussion, I want to say one thing. If you're enjoying this so far, which how could you possibly be, drop a like on this video and then watch all the way through.
Make sure to like now, even if you don't actually listen. Leave your phone or computer playing this. Go do something else. Go masturbate. Go play some Fortnite. Whatever you do, but you don't actually have to listen. But we need the views. Please help us.
Yes, but also if you
may I have some water.
If you that opened on the wrong window, and if you do watch this. If you do like this and then wind up not liking the actual discussion, just unlike it at the end, but watch all the way through to make sure you don't actually like it.
Right. You can even dislike it because YouTube doesn't even show that anymore, so it won't be any bad credit to us.
So Godzilla versus Astro-Monster.
Right, /Monster Zero. Godzilla
versus
-1.
Godzilla -0.
Right, Godzilla. It's just Godzilla. Took away
Godzilla, King
nothing.
of the Monsters? No, they did that one
Godzilla,
already.
King of Godzillas.
Godzilla, he's my filla.
Um,
Godzilla,
I'm the
King
controller
of
of
Godzillas.
Planet X.
Controller,
Follow the light. The light is your guide.
playing Minecraft with a keyboard.
Shut up.
Controller.
What's this movie about?
This movie's about Godzilla, sort of, not really.
Right. You come to me. On the
This
day
movie's
of-
this.
on the
Oh,
day of trading Godzilla for the cure for cancer.
this
You
movie.
don't even call me the Godzilla father.
Legitimately, if you want this movie summarized in one sentence, there's a race of aliens. They try to trade Godzilla and King Ghidorah. No, not
Planet
King
X.
Ghidorah. Godzilla and
Rodan.
The Birdman
Michael
for
Keaton.
the cure for cancer.
Yes, but they.
And that's
Maybe
it. We'll
say
see you
that-
next time on
Right,
the
yeah.
next
Thanks for
episode of
watching.
Semi Pro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, maybe subscribe.
Drop a comment. Comment your favorite part of this video.
Right. Drop
send it
your
to
drop favorite
friends.
Godzilla movie. We
Drop
might
your
watch
your
it
IP address.
on the next episode
Drop
of the
your
Sweep.
actual address. If you comment your address in the comments, we'll send you a semi-pro hat and also something else, a mysterious white powder, maybe. Who knows? So Planet X is a planet of 60s spacemen.
This
They've
whole
all got-
movie is 60s spacemen.
Right, but them specifically, they got silly chromatic and also a little leathery
And orange?
spacey. No, the orange is the human people.
Right.
They've got
Well,
the
we got to get to
cool,
how
like,
we
yellow
get
and-
there. We see the
Right,
cool
right, right.
spaceship, and it's an awesome miniature.
Oh, yeah, awesome little miniature through a matte painting of space. Very cool, very nice, very
Quirky.
yeah, quirked up like a white boy even.
Coked up like a white boy.
Right. He's white from the cocaine. Yeah, like
Right.
Scarface.
I like your
the end of
little
Scarface.
Godzilla video in the background.
Oh yeah, I pulled up just like a Godzilla compilation, just looped it, so that's just gonna be playing throughout. So
Coked up white
how
boy.
How does it open? Does it start with the
I
them
think
going
so.
into
It's
space?
very like
So it's weird, and we
Planet
should
of the
mention
Apes,
this.
like the first Planet of the Apes movie.
Yeah. So we should mention this was you said it was a collaboration between America and Japan.
oh, Shin
produced
Godzilla in the
this?
background. I'm just watching your TV screen. So this was the first or second collaboration between an American studio and Toho to make a Godzilla
Toho,
movie,
yeah.
which is evident pretty quickly because
Yeah.
one of the spacemen is
There's-
American.
And it's in context. It is one Japanese spaceman and one American spaceman, and also working on behalf of the United Nations to go to this planet X.
X-planet, as it
were. Right. It's very funny though, and we weren't sure if we were just bugging or
I
what.
legitimately at this point in the movie thought I was bugging heavy. I was like,
Yeah, because it's obviously we're watching dubbed. We're not going to watch Japanese version.
Right,
There wasn't
you
even a
have to.
version with subtitles on Tubi. This
it's
movie's
on
from the
Tubi,
60s.
right? Like you can't ask too
Yeah,
much.
like-
And also, I would rather watch the dubbed version because
mean,
I'm
for
not
sure.
a nerd.
Well, Yeah, and also it adds another layer of just
Especially,
funny,
yeah, if you're
shitty
watching
dubbing,
old
like it's-
Godzilla movies, you have to watch
Yeah.
them dubbed, or what's the point? Oh man, I
Right.
broke my chopstick, bro.
Oh, come on, man. You stupid as hell. I would have shoved them shits down your urethra for that one. So it's these two spacemen, one Japanese, one that looks like Daniel Craig / Vladimir Putin, but he talks like the Godfather. He talks like he has cotton balls in his mouth.
James Putin, the Godfather.
Right. James Putin played by Marlon Brando's voice.
James Pootfather is what he shall be known as the rest of this discussion.
Won't be.
So James Pootfather's on the spaceship.
With this Japanese spaceman who we learn is like
His sister is
his
dating
sister- yeah, he's
Clark
the
Kent.
brother-in-law of Clark Kent, who invented
A
some
noise
kind of like
machine.
supersonic noise device that his his wife gets real mad at him. She's like, "Oh, that's fucking loud as shit.
You're
Turn that
waking
off."
up
It's
the baby. That's
right,
how she
yeah,
talks.
she's carrying her baby on her back,
Giving
towards
it
death.
full shaken baby syndrome.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got this. Did you light your chopstick on fire and you're smoking it like a cigarette? Yeah, see here, this is how everyone talks. It's the '60s. We all talk like this and we smoke cigarettes. Dalton, that can't be. You know, it's got some kind of like laminate on it, right?
It's the
Breathing in
1960s, see? I don't care about laminate here, see? I'm just focused on Godzilla. I just want to defeat Godzilla here, see? And now I got a big one. I got a big Dewey here, see?
Yo, we got the Virginia Slim. Okay, so Clark Kent invented the noise machine. His wife is mad at him for doing such because it's loud and it's waking the baby. She could hear it from
And
a
she's
block
saying
away.
that, but she says it like the nanny from The Nanny. She says, "You're waking the baby!"
Right. And Clark Kent is just generic 50s, 60s voice guy. See here, see? I'll shock you one, shock it to you. But that happens. He says that he sold it for a whopping $100,000.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it's being used for.
But it's
still don't know
$100,000 in
exactly.
1965 money,
Right.
which
Yeah,
would make
that's
it like a
that's like
trillion
million,
today.
probably. Yeah, at least. Yeah, that's like a million quarter. That's a quarter now. 1 quarter. So he doesn't know what it's being used for. I don't know if we ever learn. I guess like maybe he
Well,
sold
no,
it to
it was part
the
of.
Planet
We'll
X
get there. It was
people.
part of the aliens'
Yeah.
plan. I'm gonna ash this
Right.
out real quick.
Yeah, okay.
It was part of the. There's so much smoke in my room. It was part of the
Okay, you're
aliens'
gonna die.
plan. It was part of the aliens' plan to overtake the world because it could destroy them.
Right, because of the monsters or something.
Well,
Who
no.
cares?
It like messed up their
Oh, is it
ships
just
and
'cause-
it messed with them.
Oh,
And she,
the device itself, they just bought it because it was usable
Right.
against them, as we see at the end. Right. Okay, so yeah, so then we're in space, space. Stop smoking chopsticks! Jesus, dude, just stop! What is wrong with you?
but if not for smoking, what is they for?
Eating food.
But broke.
Use some duct tape, man. Anyways, actually, maybe if
Use
just
some
light
duct
'em,
tape
you
to
can
eat
maybe-
food?
No, I meant to tape them back together. You could also maybe just like melt them together.
Nah, they made out of wood. That's why
well,
they
but there's that
burn.
laminate. There's that laminate.
Is that
So
lemonade?
they get to Planet X.
Oh, you're right.
Silly miniature shot of a
it's not. I burnt my
GI Joe
pants,
in a
though.
space suit.
Oh, it's
going-
great. It looks
It's
like
so
a.
funny.
It looks like a GI Joe,
It
or maybe
literally
like
looks
a
like a Barbie doll.
Ken, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's like the Space Ken, whatever. Did Barbie even exist in the '60s? Who knows?
Probably.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember the Barbie movie, but I think they said the exact date that it was invented. They had Danny DeVito's ex-wife played the Barbie creator. Are you smoking 2 at once now? Is that what you're doing?
No, it's
Or is
just
that
the
a
big
thick, it's the
end.
thick part? Okay, you should stop. I'm legitimately concerned for your health at this point.
Nah, keep going with the plot discussion here. See,
I'm trying, but it's really distracting. Just smoke an actual cigarette indoors, be a man. So they get to the planet. A cylinder rises from the ground. First the white Putin astronaut.
and don't forget they call it a cylinder.
They call it a cylinder. Yeah, they say I am the controller of Planet X. Step into this cylinder. We have taken your space buddy and also your ship. Step into the cylinder. We will give you the cure for cancer. And
MF Doom says that.
MF Doom made this movie, actually. Rest in peace. He died on Halloween.
We
which
know
is
he at least saw
pretty
this
cool.
movie.
Well, of course, yeah. He's a classic man. Rest in peace.
May he rest in peace. He died in 2014.
Nope. That's when James Gandolfini died from The Sopranos. MF Doom died, I think, 4 years ago.
MF Doom
on
died of
Halloween.
COVID, didn't he?
No, it was some heart condition. He was a fat little fella. And he was old. Like, I mean, he was
Well, he
not
was
super old, but like
older.
50
I
something.
think he died of COVID.
I don't think so. Maybe
Anyway.
it was some heart condition because of COVID. I know he died on Halloween, and they didn't say it until like almost like a year later or something. It was wild, but
Yeah, but he
it
had
was like
COVID.
it was a couple months later. But I don't think so. But maybe.
There was COVID in the
I
system.
digress.
I digest.
Most people do. Not all though.
Just most.
So
But anyway, so
they
he steps into
go
the cylinder.
yeah, and it goes down to this hallway look that inspired 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Or the other way around.
No, we looked it up. Space Odyssey was 68.
Or the other way around.
I think Kubrick probably saw this
Maybe.
movie.
This movie wasn't released in America until 70.
Yeah, Kubrick's probably been to Japan though.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd
I
bet
don't know. I'm not Delvey
quarter
Kubrick.
on it.
Keep going. Continue.
So
Kant, as
they
it were.
they meet the aliens with the silly 60s space doodads. At one point they get locked in a
They have these
glowing
stupid
orb.
little sunglasses.
Yeah, the like the thin like Cyclops, LeVar Burton, Star Trek glasses. And they tell him there's this is Monster Zero. In this universe, all things are numbered.
All things are numbered, and that's never referenced again.
Zero and Monster Zero, as you know, if you've seen Godzilla King of Monsters, is actually King Ghidorah of
Or
MF Doom
if you've
fame.
seen Godzilla -1,
Is he in
Zero.
Oh,
Which neither me nor Daniel have seen. We might watch it for the sweep at the very, very end if the English dub is out by then.
Yeah, but yeah.
Only then. Then and only then. Or we'll watch another movie. Keep
Or
going.
at a different point. So not only that.
Then and only
So
then.
they tell them, okay, we need the kaiju monsters from Earth, Godzilla and Rodan.
Right. Which there are more,
one-
but I think in the movie right before this, Godzilla and Rodan
Like teamed up or
defeat,
something, probably.
Ghidorah.
They fought a bunch. Oh, gotcha. Maybe they send him packing back to space or whatever.
right,
Probably.
to
So, yeah.
Planet X.
Right.
Which turns
I'm
out he was from the
controller
whole
of Planet
time, but
X.
that's a spoiler.
Did it actually say that, or was it just?
Yeah, well, he
that they
said he
were
was one of their
controlling him?
weapons, so I think it implied that he was from their planet.
Because I mean, well, they also made Godzilla and Rodan their weapons, kind of. So
Right, I think the
doesn't
implication was supposed to be he was
I mean,
from their planet
I know
the whole
typically,
time.
yeah, King Ghidorah is an alien that's from space. So I
Yeah.
guess why not from Planet X? Sure.
Planet X is the default in these old Godzilla movies and even some of the more recent ones. Planet
Right.
X.
I mean, it's literally called Planet X.
yeah,
like-
it sort of becomes like scapegoat for anything they want to be from
Yeah.
outer space, any monster. We're gonna watch one a little later in the sweep that is also Planet X, and it's more of a reference to this movie kind of thing.
Right.
Planet X comes up a lot, and it's very similar aliens throughout the whole thing. So
That's their space MacGuffin.
Right.
So they're like, okay, we have super advanced technology on this
they're
planet. Super
the
advanced
people from Planet
pharmaceuticals.
X are called Xiliens, spelled Xiliens.
Is that ever said in this movie, or is that just like a lore thing?
I think it's a lore
Google?
thing, but they're called Xiliens,
Gotcha.
spelled with an X.
That's cool.
I guess they could be called Xliens.
Excellians, like Microsoft Excel, like Microsoft
Zeep.
Excel.
Or it's probably pronounced. One astronaut forms a romance with a mysterious woman. He uncovers the Xiliens' true intentions.
Yeah, okay, but that's so. First, they're like, okay, give us. We got the cure for cancer,
Right,
and also
we did
every
get
other
that.
disease. It's the cure all.
Sort of.
We were talking before we watched it. We were like, because in the description it said they want to trade Godzilla for the cure for cancer. So we were like, okay, are they actually going to say the cure for cancer? And maybe this is
Right.
like a dubbing Google Translate kind of thing where it was in the Japanese version they actually said cancer. In this, it's just a magic cure all.
No.
Whatever they say, it's a magic. The Gathering. Magic Johnson has
Ooh.
AIDS.
Really?
He could use this cure all. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, he's fine.
I mean, yeah. But can you please stop smoking chopsticks? What is that? What is
That's a
that?
cabinet knob.
Why?
Ugh.
Uh,
Anyway.
so they're like, yeah,
Anyway,
they give him
back to the plot.
they tell him, yeah, we'll do this if you give us your thingamajig, your Godzilla, and also Rodan. And you're just lighting a lighter. Cool.
Call that a lighter.
I need some cold mac and cheese. Mac and cheese.
Cheesing Mac. Yeah, they agree to send Godzilla and Rodan back to the aliens.
You like Chick-fil-A mac and cheese?
Oh,
It's pretty
dude, it's
fire.
my favorite. I like to
Crazy.
put it on a spicy chicken sandwich.
What?
Eat them together. But anyway, so turns out the aliens have been on Earth the whole time. We're speedrunning the plot.
Yeah, they were underwater. There were 3 ships. One of them was the control ship. The other 2 were transport ships that shoot tractor beams and suck up. Jerk off Godzilla and Rodan. Godzilla's underwater. Rodan is in a cave. They take him to space. Clark Kent and his girl Betty Boop have dinner with the astronauts, one of which is Betty Boop's brother, the Asian one, obviously. The other one is Vladimir Putin, Godfather, Bond father, and
Vladimir Bondfather.
Blondimir Bonfire. Turn the lights out. I'm burning everything you motherfuckers talk about. Dude, your room has to smell fucking horrible.
Smells like a campfire, bruh.
I bet it doesn't. I bet it smells like burning garbage. But so Clark Kent is suspicious of these astronauts. The Bondfather Putin says, "I gotta go. I've got a date." I don't know how Clark Kent knew.
This is the part you were confused about the whole time, and now I'm seeing why you were so confused. The Asian girl who he rode off with, by that I mean the Bondfather, the Vladimir Bondfather.
Yeah.
The Asian girl he rode off with was one of the girls working at the lab that Asian Clark Kent went to earlier in the movie.
Gotcha, and that's who he sold his
little
to.
sound machine to.
Yeah.
His little
Gotcha,
wind
okay.
machine. His little
Right.
like a white noise machine. No, that's
His Godzilla's
Godzilla.
screech machine. Yeah.
Yeah, so
he's suspicious. He's like, what the heck?
she lied to me.
Right. She lied to me.
She
To me.
lied to me on
She
the
came
day of
to
my
me
mother's anniversary.
on the day of Godzilla being traded for the cure for cancer and also AIDS and also every other disease.
The
She
day
didn't
of
even
my
call me the
mother's
Godzilla.
death.
She didn't even call me Clark Kent.
Hey, she didn't even call me Clark Kent.
Hey, hearsay. She didn't even call me Clark Kent. She called me Superman. Wasn't that crazy? Get it? Because Clark Kent is Superman.
I don't, but I'm gonna crack open a Miller High Life. It's the champagne of beer. I'm gonna squeeze a little lemon in it.
I
That's
don't,
some zesty ass beer, bro.
I don't partake.
Yeah, I give.
Hey. But anyway, so they ride off, and I don't really remember what happens after this point, other than the fact that they discover the aliens are on Earth and they all fly out of the lake, and then the aliens
they
go ahead and take.
They take Godzilla and
Rodan
to
and
Planet
Godzilla,
X,
right.
and also they take the leader of the Japanese Space
Right.
Council,
And they
as
take-
well as the main 2 astronauts, Putin and Big Brother was Big's brother.
I mean, my big brother admittedly was Big's brother.
Right. So they travel at 1/10 the speed and or velocity of light.
It was velocity. 1/10 the velocity, not speed. The velocity of light. And then they make it to planet X.
What's the formula for speed? It's like velocity times
mass plus execution.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not a
mass
fucking nerd.
execution.
No, I don't get it.
Mass execution. Mass appeal. Orange rind.
Right.
Smoke your green. I'm orange rind. The
Smoke
beat
your
is witch's brew, but
chopsticks.
beware.
Shut up!
I'm orange rind.
So they take Godzilla and Rodan to fight
Your mother, preferably.
King Ghidorah.
Well, also your mother.
Right. Also Monster Zero. Really didn't need them to do that. They just needed to trick.
They were trying to trick the humans.
Yeah, they were tricking the UN into just giving them Godzilla and Rodan so they had more kaiju weapons. I mean, classic distraction scenario. That's just actually plastic you're burning. So there's a tiny little fight. It's kind of fun and goofy because it's, silly little... yeah, it's plastic. It burns like fucking crazy, dude. So they
But the
fight.
beat is witch's brew.
This is when Godzilla does his funny little dance. He does like a jump where he pumps his fist and he pumps it the other
And
way
it's
and he
it's
clicks his
like
heels
it's
together. It's awesome. It's
probably
the
the
poster for this
most
movie.
known thing from this era of Godzilla. Like
Is
clips
that a
from
thing
this
he
I've seen.
does in other movies.
No,
or is
it's
it
just this one.
This one.
And you see it everywhere. Like that's just like a classic kind of meme thing.
But yeah, but that happens. It's like a maybe 5-minute fight. Then they leave Godzilla. They get the cure-all in the form of a recipe recorded on tape.
Yeah.
It's just it's such a funny little thing.
flash to the past.
Yeah. This
I
movie's
don't
a time
remember
capsule of the
tapes.
60s. No.
This movie
But-
came out 1,000 years before I was born. This movie is from ancient Egypt.
Right. This movie was recorded in hieroglyphics.
This movie is from the early days of Rome.
Right. This movie predates
Back to the Future.
plumbing.
Which is true.
Like plumbing. Romans invented plumbing.
Greeks invented plumbing?
But Romans
Romans and Greeks, same
perfected
thing.
it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're the same.
I
Whatever.
think
They're both-
Americans perfected it. Let's be real.
I mean, yeah. We perfected everything. Come on.
Especially
Come on,
existing.
son. Right. Pursuit
Especially
of happiness.
being American.
I'm on a pursuit
Pursuit
of
of happiness.
and
Like
now-
Will Smith and his son.
Right, in the movie. I ain't talking about the rich one.
Right.
Because every summer, he'd come up with some hair-braiding scheme to get rich
so the fight sucks.
from. The
and then
fight
there's
sucks,
a lot
but
of
it's
boring
fun.
for the
It's
next
fun
like
and
30
goofy.
minutes.
There's boring, but it's also
But it's only like 30
it's
minutes.
fun because it's dubbed. I think if it was
If I was just watching an American movie.
right, it would be
If
boring.
I was just
but
watching
because
Will
there's
Smith and his
silly-
son.
because there's silly dubbing and also adding to that the one guy that's maybe dubbed, but at least like he's speaking English in filming. Like the one American character is actually speaking English, but they're
Right.
meant to be.
And that's
talking the same.
weird. And I like
wonder
it.
if. So do we think in the Japanese version he's surely dubbed? In
I would have to
Japanese,
assume.
right?
I would have to
Yeah.
assume. Yeah. But you know what they say about assuming.
Right, to make an ass out of you and Ming.
Can't say that while we're watching Godzilla. Oh man, I hope anybody watched this long enough to see that. But they didn't, but I hope they did.
No, they clicked off instantly.
The
but-
second this episode in particular started, they clicked off. Also, can you tell I've been mewing?
I can. Can you tell I've been mewing?
Yes, you didn't need to mew. You had a great jawline already.
I got
Daniel.
that shit. No, I just mew for
I've
my,
also been working
my-
on my
my,
hunter eyes. Give me one of
what
these.
is- I don't. What?
It's another looks maxing grind set.
Oh, is that like to like get out of like get rid of like the dark circles? type
No,
shit
this
and,
one's
like,
specifically
or
to
for,
get
like,
eyes
crow's
that like look like you're like a hunter man.
Oh, because you kind of look more like a gatherer. You
I
can't
kind
be
of look
of
more like a
hunter.
caveman than I do anything because of the caveman forehead. I have a protruding forehead like you would not believe. I mean, look. It's just like,
Right.
whoa!
You do kind of have like big Mongol brow.
Yeah, I'm a Neanderthal
Um,
for sure.
Well, that's cool. That's chill. We all
Yeah.
descendants of Neanderthals.
Yeah.
There's no straight Homo sapiens.
If you
There's no
believe
straight
in
homos.
evolution,
Right.
I
Which I
believe
do.
in never-lution.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
You wanted to laugh. Don't pretend you didn't. Anyway, so the next 30 minutes of this movie are fairly boring, and I don't know what happens. And then
It's
the aliens, turns out they were on Earth the whole time.
something- Well, we already
Which
knew
we
the
knew
aliens
that,
were
but
on
then
the-
there are three of
but
the girl.
We find out.
There are three of Donald
that-
Glover's wife.
Well, no, so we knew the aliens were on Earth, but then we find out that the aliens are inside like the space council thing.
Right. They've infiltrated society, and Donald Glover's
Yeah.
wife is there, and there's three
One
of her.
of Donald Glover's 3 wives is in here, yeah.
And is in love with
Vladimir
Vladimir
Bondfather.
Bondfather.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
He gets
It's
his
really
cock and balls.
confusing.
Glenn, I think.
Glenn
It's
Father.
It's the one white guy name in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn Father. So yeah, Glenn
Vladimir
Father is
von
dating,
Glenfather.
Glenn Father is dating one of the 3 alien girls. The one alien triplet that I guess was sent to Earth to go undercover along with some dude who's in a bunghole or whatever.
Right. We learned that one fairly early.
Yeah.
But they keep saying bungalow, and every time it sounds like they're saying bunghole.
Yeah. Which is a Beavis and Butthead reference.
This predates Butthead and Butthead and Butthead and Butthead
I
and
think,
Butthead
I
and
think
Butthead
this
and
has
Butthead
got it
and
from
Butthead
Beavis
and
and
Butthead
Butthead. I think
Butter.
Mike Judge was a producer on this movie. He was the one American involved in making this movie.
Butter, though.
Is that his name? Mike Judge, the Beavis and Butthead King of the Hill guy?
Butter?
Okay. Butter's from South Park. He's the mentally challenged kid,
Butter
right?
is from a cow's teat.
Yep. Well, not directly. It's from a cow's teat, and then it's like churned and jerked and
Right.
mashed and,
Right.
sucked and fucked.
Just like me.
Whatever you do. Okay.
I'm also from a cow's teat.
Yeah.
But anyway, they bring Godzilla and
stuff
Rodan
happens.
back.
yeah.
And then it's like
they
15
attack.
minutes of just pure destruction.
It's this is when we get to classic Godzilla stuff. We've gotten all the explanation. Oh, at one point, Glenn Father and Clark Kent are in prison together.
Clark Father.
No, there's a really stupid line. Clark Kent goes, they can't hear you in here. The walls are soundproof. Even the bars are soundproof."
Yeah, it's so funny.
And they're just
because you
normal
know,
prison
like it
bars?
was supposed
How
to
are
be
those-
sarcastic, maybe, or
I
whatever.
didn't know that. I thought it
Well,
was
I'm just
supposed to be
thinking that through
genuine.
like what the original thing could have been. Like, oh, it's supposed
Right,
to be
it's like
sound. Like it's
It's like, oh, it's so soundproof. Even the bars are soundproof.
right. But
it's
then
just
in the
so
dub,
fucking
it's just
stupid.
not.
Yeah. But yeah, that happens. They link up. They somehow Clark Kent has his device, even though he sold it to secret
I
alien
guess maybe
shit?
he still had a prototype. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if you're an inventor, you're not going to sell your only
Right.
one, especially not for only $100,000.
Or you just make
Come
another
on.
one.
Right,
You
he's an
invented
inventor,
it.
but he was in prison. How's he going to do that in prison?
Well, he may have done it
Sound-
earlier.
Maybe he just had it up his ass or something. Probably. He looks freaky. He looked like a freak, bro. He sucked toes and
For sure.
eat ass
In
for
prison.
Sure. I mean, if it's in prison, it doesn't count. I think the prison rule is as long as you stop 2 weeks before you get out, it's not gay to have sex with a man. So that's
Is
prison
that
rule.
true?
I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
Really? I've never been to prison.
Yeah. No, me neither. But
It's coming
I
soon.
believe it. Yeah, big things coming.
Prison sweep coming soon. We're gonna do semi-pro from jail. We're gonna watch nothing but jail movies. I think they just show you like Pixar films on repeat in jail. That's what my uncle told me.
Right. It makes sense that you'd have an uncle that went to jail.
Oh yeah, I got a few actually. He's dead
Yeah, I
now.
got a
He
few, yeah.
overdosed.
Yeah, that also tracks.
He
Rest
was a
in peace,
drunk.
though.
He was an alcoholic.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
Maybe.
No one runs in your family.
Yeah, it's true. Look at that. Anyway.
Yeah, so they break out of prison. The guards come and they use the sound device to take out the guards because I think it's like the sound device. It affects.
Sound?
Oh, it's the computers. They're controlled by
Right.
computers. Planet X, the
Duh.
X-aliens are controlled by computers.
X stands for computers.
It stands for Microsoft Excel, which is a computer program.
And you can code in it, maybe.
Baby, I don't know.
I
what
don't think you
Excel
can.
is. I have no idea.
I
I'm
do
not a
use
nerd.
Excel on the regular. I actually use Google
Try it,
Sheets because
nerd.
it's 2024. It's time to grow up. Quit
Right,
using the
grow up, get a
Microsoft
life.
Suite. Move to the Google Suite, Google Slides,
So
Google Sheets, Google Docs.
So they get out. They take the device to
All
the
the while,
Japanese
Godzilla
Prime
is
Minister
destroying
or
Japan.
whatever. Yeah, Godzilla, Rodan, and Ghidorah all under the control of
computers,
of
X
Planet
computers,
X
X
computers,
Twitter,
X for
Elon
computer.
Musk.
Right. The Elon Musk microchip is controlling them.
Dude, the thing that's supposed to cure cerebral palsy, my mom's illness.
Right.
But I
cerebral
wouldn't
palsy starts with
trust
an
him
X.
with my mother.
I wouldn't trust him with my asshole.
I wouldn't touch him with a 9.5-foot pole.
I wouldn't fuck him with someone else's dick. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
I'll show this to you too, because for those watching at home, Daniel and you guys are on different cameras, King Ghidorahs.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a burned piece of plastic that you inhaled. You took off 5 years of your lifespan with that little bit.
Nah, maybe more if you count the chopsticks.
Right.
But it's all for you, dear viewer,
Yeah, all
listener.
for you
What
who-
are
who
you?
clicked-
What do we
clicked
call
on-
our people?
Who are you?
Mr. Grinch.
Semi-proers?
Semi-proians?
Semi
Senators. Scimitars. Cemeteries. Cool.
Cemeterians.
We've landed on it.
Yeah. Okay. So shout out all my cemeterians. Dalton's still burning plastic. If you're just listening, if you're watching, you can.
I think
you
I
can
may
see it.
stick it to my skin. I'm gonna stick
That's
the plastic
cool.
to my skin.
That's funny. You should put it on your forehead so you look like a unicorn.
It almost wouldn't blow out.
That's concerning. So they get out. Prime Minister or President, whatever Japan has. They
Emperor?
make an announcement. Maybe.
I think at this point they had an emperor.
Is emperor, sure. So the Emperor of Japan makes an announcement on the emergency broadcast radio saying,
Gojira.
he says Gojira, and that's not racist. That's how they say it.
Right. In
That's
this
what it's
movie.
called. In this one, they don't.
Right. Although I wish they did.
I really wish specifically Glenfather said it. 'cause
Right.
it'd be
We
really
said
funny.
that.
Yeah. But if you share this with enough of your friends, you'll get commentary tracks, and you can hear us saying that. While
Right.
watching, except not for
Genuinely,
this one, 'cause we
if
didn't
you like
record
this
it, obviously.
podcast, and why? If
Like,
you
get-
like this
get help.
podcast,
Seek immediate psychiatric
share this with
help.
your friends so that we can get enough money to start a Patreon, or so that we can get enough viewership. Not even money.
just
We
if
can
we
get enough
make- we,
viewership
like-
to start a Patreon so that we can
We'll make it
Or-
like $1.
just
I
comment.
honestly-
Comment if you would pay $1. Comment on this video and say I would pay $1, and but say DOLLA $1. Say I would
Right,
pay
that's-
$1.
That's how we know you're really watching.
Right.
Yeah.
I would pay $1 to watch y'all's commentary tracks. And if if one person does
Single
it,
person, yeah.
we will do a commentary track starting next week. And by next
Right.
week, I mean not next week because these videos are recorded ahead, so you wouldn't.
Right, but whatever. Shut up.
We'll do it next week for us, which is
they
like
make an
3 weeks for
announcement.
you in the real
It
world.
says, "Do not turn off your radio. This is for turn it up. We need to use it to take out
To
the
take
aliens
out
that are
Godzilla.
controlling Gojira and Rodan and also King Ghidorah." But that doesn't stop. They still have to fight him. So then it. There's also the cum. I mean there's the two types
laser.
of cum. The laser laser lines. There's the short lines that's I guess the aliens form of
Something
like
laser.
computer transmission, I think. And then there's the longer kind of wigglier lines that interrupt and block the alien transmission. So they shoot that
Which is
from
American, so it's good. And by that I mean
right.
Japanese.
Well, Japanese. It's human. It's human, so it's better than Excellion.
Right.
So they shoot
Zillion?
those from.
I bet it's pronounced Zillion.
Surely. So they shoot those from these weird like satellite tank things. Oh, there's also a funny, cool shot of a miniature satellite that they just melted with a hairdryer.
Yeah, they
really
painted
fucking
it
funny.
orange to make it look like it was burning, like this plastic pen in front of me. And then
they should have just lit it on fire. You know, be a
Right.
man, commit to your movie.
right, inhale the plastic. Inhale the
Believe
plastic.
it, it's good for you. Plastic fumes are good for you, man. Back in my day,
Microplastics.
back in my day, we burned garbage for fun, bro. Come
That's
on.
facts.
Like,
Look,
right?
see, it's a candle. It'll burn for days.
So yeah, they use that to interrupt and take out the Planet X ships, knock them out of the sky, and also
I blew
interrupt
it out.
their control of Godzilla and Rodan, or maybe that was the noise machine. Who knows?
Oh, you
But
can't see this, Daniel. Hold on, let me readjust
No,
your
I can't.
camera.
oh, that's nice. That
Candle.
actually looks very pretty. Yeah, it's horrible toxic fumes, but pretty. So
There's 10 more years.
they-
Anyway.
Godzilla and Rodan are now free.
Godzilla
to
Dan, as it
fight-
were.
Right, Godzilla Dan. That's me.
I'm Godzilla,
I'm
he's Dan.
free.
Welcome to the Godzilla Dan podcast.
So we free. We ready to
quick.
fight King Ghidorah. He took us to his leader.
Right,
quick
maybe.
quick to claim he not no snake. Like me neither, bruh. They just fight, and that's like the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's really strange because
It's
they fight
super
and then
abrupt.
fall off a cliff.
Oh yeah, they tumble. Yeah. Oh no, I remember. Rodan picks up Godzilla, flies him into Ghidorah, and like throws him, and then that leads them
Well, he
into
takes
just
him
like
to
a
his
tumble
leader,
down the. Right. I mean, he's quick to claim he's not no snake like me neither, bro. So they all just like kind of tumble into the sea.
From sea to
Ghidorah-
shining sea, except for this is Japan, so from sea to shining sea.
Right. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Dust
Ashes
till
to ashes, we
dawn.
all fall down.
Right. That song is about.
The Black Plague.
Is that what it was? I thought it was like
Yeah.
smallpox, but
No,
yeah,
it
probably.
was
Oh yeah,
Black
'cause
Death.
that's. Yeah, 'cause they were like burning bodies in the streets or whatever.
And Pocket Full of Posy was supposed to be a cure.
Right. So the two good monsters get knocked into the water with the bad monster, King Ghidorah. He then just flies
Takes
back
you
off
to
into
his leader,
space.
Well, he
Yeah,
just
which
flies
is
away,
planet-
yeah.
We can assume space. He's a space monster. He flies back to space, probably back to Planet X, where he's from. Just set up for some other movie later. Who cares? The human plot. They're talking. They're like, "Oh no, are Godzilla and Rodan dead?" And then one of them is like, "Surely not. They're too tough."
Oh yeah, it's a
Very
bar.
fucking funny. Yeah. So and then the movie just sort of
Stops.
ends.
Yeah, it
just-
literally just stops. It doesn't end.
Yeah,
it stops.
Yeah, no, it shows. I think it's like the last shot is just like the water like bubbling, and then it literally cut to black, no credits, just the movie is
Yeah,
over.
well, and it was the '60s, so all the credits were at the beginning of the movie, kind of thing.
Right, and they were just all in Japanese. We couldn't read them.
Right.
Type shit. Yeah.
And
that's
yeah,
it. That's the movie.
it. So we'll go through our like stereotypical questions here. The first one is this, and I think I know I know the answer to this question because I also saw this movie. Is this movie fun?
Oh yeah,
For
Super
sure,
fucking
dude.
fun.
I said during the
Way more-
discussion.
way more fun than it should be.
Right. I said during the discussion, because I knew this sweep was going to be fun. I didn't know it was going to be this fun. I think we got lucky.
Oh, super lucky. No, this is another prime bad movie. Like,
Yes.
peak
I knew going into this
top-tier
that the
bad
Showa era
movie.
was going to be our lead. There's a bunch of little ashes flying through the air in my room, and I keep thinking they're
bet,
gnats.
yeah.
I assumed that this era was going to be the worst one. Like, I thought this was going to be the most boring, but now I'm nervous because I think it might be the most interesting. This, I said this during the discussion, I think I would say, out of all of the movies we've seen, this is one of the most fun bad movies we've watched.
Hello.
Make him meow. Pinch it. Pinch it.
Come on, meow.
Pinch that cat. Pinch it, make him go, ow! Yeah! Did you pinch the cat?
I squeezed her tummy a little bit. Oh, she love me, though. She my baby. She my baby dog. She not even a dog. She a cat. That's the craziest part, man.
It's probably, in terms of,
got
like...
me feeling like Lauryn Hill.
It's probably like...
My dick delegated.
All of the bad movies we've seen, it probably goes Turtles 3, this, Fantastic Four 1994.
Yeah.
But it close to tops the list.
Some other one that I'm forgetting, but I feel like there was another, like...
Joe's Apartment?
Classic bad one. Maybe.
But we didn't actually watch that on the podcast. There's a live stream up if you want to watch our commentary on Joe's Apartment.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie is so much fun. The Godzilla destruction is few and far between. There's only really one scene of Godzilla destruction.
But it's very fun. For the limited amount, it's super good. Solid miniatures.
Yes, for sure.
Fun little practical explosions. You know, it's just...
The movie's
really
fun.
Yeah.
The movie's fun. And
it's
on top of that, it has
on top of that,
a very fun sci-fi story.
Right. That's the thing we were talking about while watching. This movie was not made as a Godzilla movie.
No, not even a little bit.
Nothing can convince me otherwise. This was made as just some either random sci-fi movie or random kaiju movie, maybe both, maybe two scripts combined, whatever. But then Godzilla was thrown in.
Godzilla was thrown in. I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't even know if it was made as a kaiju movie. It may have just been like a generic sci-fi. And they were like, this movie's not going to make any money. Let's throw Gojira in there.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. One of my favorite things we've watched on the podcast so far.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to be jumping into the Heisei era, I think is the next one.
Yeah, I don't remember the era, but the next one is the requel to the first 50s Godzilla movie.
There's two requels to the 50s Godzilla movie. This is the first one. So this is they continued this saga
or 80s? This is 80s?
80s, late 80s into the early 90s.
Because the first the Showa era is from the 50s to the 70s. It's a 20-year era.
Right.
From 55 to 75, yeah.
Right. Now the next thing would be, does this movie hold up? And I would say
actually next thing would be quick to claim he not no snake like me neither.
Right.
But
I would say this movie doesn't hold up.
Not
practically.
Not in any sort of traditional sense.
Right.
Not in any practical or technical sense.
But I would rather watch this over any other Godzilla movie prior to, I don't know, the 90s, late 90s.
Right. Probably. I mean, I can't really comment on that. I haven't seen.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, other than the last one we'll watch in this series.
Right. That's the Return of Planet X.
Other than that one, this will probably be the best movie of the sweep. This is one of my favorite Godzilla movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I honestly, given the choice, I might choose this over 2014.
Oh, it's definitely, like, obviously not on any technical level better than any of the legendary MonsterVerse movies, but I probably had more fun watching this movie than I did any of the four legendary monster movies.
Other than maybe Kong Skull Island, because I love Kong Skull Island.
That one's fun. It's a quirky little timepiece. It's got John C. Reilly as that crazy old war vet and Stranded. That one's fun. But
I like that movie. I like this movie a lot. I don't like. This movie doesn't hold up from like a special effects standpoint or a script standpoint or a dubbing standpoint.
It doesn't at all hold up on any technical level, but as just and keep in mind, this is only if you enjoy bad movie.
See,
Like,
I think this is a
you
great
are-
introductory bad movie.
I-
If you're
I
not
could- I could
sure if
see
you
that.
like
I
bad
could see
movies, this
that,
would be a
yeah.
really fun one to watch.
Yeah, but yeah, if you watch this and you don't like it, bad movies aren't for you.
Right.
Because
right.
this is like a,
This
yeah,
is one of the best ones.
absolutely.
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to say real quick before we wrap things up?
King Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim he not no snake like me neither, bruh. Rest in peace, MF Doom. I can't pour out beer. My cat's in the window, so I'm gonna pour it into my lungs.
Lungs? Check this movie out. It's streaming on Tubi. Godzilla Monster Zero. What was it called? Invasion of
Godzilla versus
Astro-Monster.
Astro-Monster, yeah.
Invasion
Also
of
called
Astro-Monster.
Monster
This is
Zero.
great. It's one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Next week, we're going to be watching the first of the Heisei era, and we're going to go through all the Godzilla movies.
Hey,
or
say,
eras.
say, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We'll see you on the very next episode of Semi-Pro.
Oh, make sure to comment, I pay $1 for Patreon. That cut out.